know what it was. But it was not the game, it was me. Doesn't count. You get one more turn. Okay. That one didn't count. That turn didn't count. I get another turn. Let me know how the audio balance is, by the way, between my voice and the... Yeah. It's fine now, but, like, if I talk at the same time that I talk, is it going to be bad? And, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Do I play any instruments? Oh, this makes me happy. I bumped the door, dude. Why do I suck? No, you bring me mention the mafia. Ridley can kill you at the beginning, but it's not because you're bad. It can happen with a very specific RNG pattern. I'm so happy that we had the musical instruments conversation at the beginning of this run. When I was a kid, I played piano, but I hated recitals. And a couple years into my piano lessons, my piano teacher pseudo-retired. And when I say that, what I mean is she decided to, like, scale way back on who she was teaching. And I didn't make the cut for somebody that she wanted to keep teaching. So I had to switch piano teachers, and I never liked the new piano teacher. And I quit. And then when I was older, I fake learned to play real drums, kinda. And what I mean by that is I played a lot of drums on Rock Band, but not just on, like, a plastic instrument. I got a real electronic kit, which is behind me on camera. I would not classify myself as a drummer, but I do very much enjoy playing drums. I'm the real Zeni over here. Hi. But I'm not creative with music. I'm much better reading a chart than I am at just, like, freestyle playing or whatever. Fake Zeni is on the left. And I sing. That's all self-taught too. I've never had singing lessons or anything. And I wouldn't consider myself a great singer at all. The piano teacher that I had, the second piano teacher that I had, leaned really hard into recitals. And recitals were what I hated most about piano. So eventually I was just like, screw it, Mom, I quit. And I think my mom didn't have the bandwidth to try and force me to do it anymore, because in addition to me always complaining about it, it was like a 20 or 25 minute drive or something to the new teacher's house. So it was like 2 hours out of my mom's day. Thank you, Twin, for the 5 gift subs. And I really appreciate that. So coming up here is why I'm really happy that this conversation is in the PB. My parents weren't poor when I was growing up, but we didn't have a ton of money. And they were very frugal. And so I think it was just kind of like, he doesn't want to do it. It takes a lot of time, and it costs a lot of money, and he wants to quit. So they just let me quit. And I mean, I regret that, but I don't know. I can't say if I had a chance to do it again that I would have continued, because I don't know. My dad is really good at piano. Right here. He also plays the organ. And probably the biggest regret that I have quitting is that that's not something that I can share with him. And I love my dad, so I want more things to share with him, but so this run is officially dedicated to my daddy. That's me and my daddy. This picture came up in my social media last night. So, anyway. Well, that's kind of the thing, James. I don't have the time. I do spend time with him in other ways, but I don't have the time to learn piano. I could make a conscious decision to quit something else to learn piano, but there's nothing in my life that I want to quit to learn piano. The only realistic thing that I could quit and decide to learn piano instead would be this. It's not like I can quit being a dad. Not like I can quit my job. What the? There it is. Oh my gosh, what is going on, dude? There's normal weirdo Zenny coming out. Has my dad ever run any percent? No, he never really played video games, except for Duck Hunt when I was really little. And yeah, I mean the other thing is that, like realistically, I could quit doing this, and it would be okay. Like we'd figure it out, but the money that I get from streaming and stuff, all that stuff, like it's not a lot, but it's not nothing either. And it certainly contributes to our overall budget, so. All right, so at this point in the run, I realized that my pace was, pretty good, and I knew that if I got CWJ here, it was going to be like a really good pace for me. So I was trying not to overthink it too much. Cubit, I've had a lot of really good paces with this shirt, but I've never had a super good PB with this shirt as far as I know.
I hate screes.
You could call this a super good PB because it's a milestone run, but I also lost a bunch of time, so I don't know. But yeah, I like this shirt. It's a good shirt. So I get CWJ, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, all right, now what I really want is a 1 round. And I really, really want a 1 round fast. So I got quiet. And I think I hid chat already by this point. Oh, I saw Nivad's comment. I was like, F this, I'm hiding chat. It's like, I can't deal with friggin' either randos or, like, anyway. It's like, no. Bye. So I just closed chat. So I didn't get a fast, and I was like, eh, oh well. But I did get a mid. And I got a 1 round. And I looked at the timer, and I was like, okay, this is super real now. So I made sure chat was hidden. I hid my OBS preview. And I could use more regular missiles than that. And I also was trying to decide whether I was going to look at my splits or not from this point on. This missile count is pretty low. You want at least 5 here minimum, but I only had 4, so I knew that was going to kind of screw us up. Mover, thank you for the tier 1. But yeah, so you need a missile there, and then you want to do 3 here, and then you want to still have at least 1 for item selection purposes, and also to kill that last guy. But I didn't have any more missiles, so we had to use extra supers, which sucks. And also, not having missiles leaving gravity is bad. If you need to farm at all, which I do. That was a good super pickup. So I was happy about that, but I still needed to farm. And I didn't have any missiles to do it with. During this room, I did that thing in my mind's eye where I was like, hey, it would be cool if I died right here, right? I was like, no, that wouldn't be cool. It worked out, so. So right here, I decided I was going to hide my splits. So I dragged a window over them to hide them right there. Because I didn't want to know my exact pace. I didn't want it to mess with me. I do use auto splits, yeah. So I didn't know what my pace was here, but I assumed it was something like minus 13, minus 15. Something like that. Yes, janitor, that's referred to as auto splitting. And yes, it does that. So I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I don't hit a crab here, because that would be really bad. And then, of course, I got the weird down back turnaround thing. So we lost like a second and a half there. It's okay. It's okay. That wouldn't happen on a hitbox, by the way. That would never happen on a hitbox. It's going to be slow, too. I didn't have a missile to do the faster farm here, so I had to use 2 charge shots, and then I clipped that ledge there, and then I missed that shot there. So we lost another, like, second and a half. I bonked that door, I think. I wasn't quite paying attention. And I was like, okay. The time loss can be behind me now in this segment if I play well from here. So, I was trying to just focus on playing well. I kind of messed up that wall jump. So, it was still kind of a slow room, not super slow. This is a time save compared to the PB. I messed this strat up in the PB. All right, and then coming into Norfair, you do want some missiles here as well for the mini Duskigas, so you can farm some power bombs. So I was hoping to get a missile off that Nova. It didn't happen. So I decided that I would wait for the drop from this Nova, hoping that it would be a missile or a super. And it was a missile, so that was good. That was weird. I contemplated waiting to farm this guy, but I decided against it. And that was also a time save compared to the PB. I really messed up that room in my previous PB. So we got some more missiles, which is good. 4 is enough here. You want at least 3 or 4. So I was like, okay, that's good. And then here, I think, yeah, I messed that up, but it ended up working out because we got a super out of it.
Worked out, actually.
Still lost like a second there, but
Lost some time, but got a super, so.
what, buddy? Samus. All right, so gotta farm the Duskigas here, but I completely messed these inputs up.
No, dude. Oh my gosh.
That was a 3.5 second loss.
Grief.
And then that was a bad loss.
Dude, I'm losing so much time.
And I was like, okay, I need to just stop, regroup. It's fine, whatever. I'm like, okay, we got this. Okay. So I tried to do the strat to avoid damage here.
Really?
And
Really? Really?
that happens. So that was another 3 seconds gone in that room. So here I'm trying to decide, okay, do I look at my splits now? Because I've already lost a bunch of time. Like, what do I do here? So I'm trying to decide. I knew that I should probably 3 farm here, so this is also a time loss. And we still weren't full on missiles somehow after that, which is freaking stupid. what's the damage? So yeah, I say, what's the damage? I click so I can see my splits.
Of damage.
And I'm like, oh, that hurts. That sucks, man. Dang. I have no plans on picking up that missile pack. If I did, or skipping, sorry. If I did start skipping that missile pack, it wouldn't be until after 26 in game time. And I have no intention of grinding for a 26 right now. So it's kind of like I wouldn't plan on it. So I screw this up. Really? So that was another 3 seconds gone. Mad 'cause bad, dude. Mad 'cause bad. Alright. Thank you. Okay, so I got the laggy room in my PB here, and I got the good jump this time, so that saved me about a second over my PB. I'm like, okay, I need supers here. And we get 2. And then we get 2 more. So we're good there. We're good on energy. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, oh, I only have 17 missiles. So I had to do some quick math here to figure out, like, okay, you know, what is this Ridley gonna look like? We did not get a super off those bugs. So the way that I do this, when I enter this room, I look at my missile count, okay? And I assume that I'm going to use 15 missiles. Even if I have 20, I assume that I'm going to use 15 missiles. 15 missiles and 10 supers with a 4x factor opener. If all of the particles hit, you need 19 charge shots total. So I do math. Every time I come into this room, I do math. I'm like, okay, 15 plus 19, but I have 9 supers, so 21 shots. That's kind of what I do. That's what I say to myself. And then I adjust from there. So if I'm like, if there's some reason that I, you know, should use the extra 3 missiles, then I'll adjust, or, you know, whatever. So I'm like, okay, we need a 4x here. Please give us a 4x, Ridley. So he is giving us a pattern for 4x. And I decided to just bonk intentionally here, and one of the particles hits his tail. So I'm like, okay, so we need 22 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm like, okay, this fight is almost over now. So I'm like, okay, give us a good pattern, man. And then he swoops. So this lost us a couple seconds because we ended up at 20.
Could have been better. Could have been
4
worse.
shots or something. Because of the extra swoop. So we lost a little time. Not a ton. But then I got really good ammo drops. And a 69 room is still pretty good. Can it be much better? Yeah, my best Ridley fight time, room time in a run is a 62. So 7 seconds faster than that. I was a little worried about this, but it worked out. I'm looking at my energy and I'm like, okay, I really need to not hit one of these guys. And I kind of did this weird, but it worked out, and I got the quick jump up, so I'm like, okay, but then I proceed to do the rest of the room slow. So it's kind of an average room there. And this freaking slope here has been weird for a while, so I knew I was gonna trip there.
Freaking, oh, dude.
So that's really bad. Tripping there cost me about 2 seconds, roughly.
Alright, well, that was slow.
This room was kind of weird. I wasn't sure if the orb was going to be in a good spot, but it was, thankfully. And then I got that, but I bonked the door. Which isn't the end of the world, but it's a little time loss. It's like, it's fine. It's like a second total or something. I messed that up. Not in a really bad way, but hey, thanks for the raid. Alright, so entering here, I was like, alright, we have good ammo, we have good energy, I need to not bonk here. I don't bonk, thankfully. Then I see we have 10 supers. I'm like, oh, this is lit. Like this, we're in a good spot. So, I decide right here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna damage down for lag reduction because we have more energy than we usually do. So I did that. Saved us a little time. And we got some good drops here too.
Okay, please,
Yeah.
please.
And then that happens.
Ah!
So I knew that I lost like most of my lead there because of that.
So stupid.
I still wasn't looking at the OBS preview. It was still hidden, so I couldn't see my PB video. But I knew that we were only just barely ahead after that. But we have really good ammo. The other reason that that sucks is made my energy a little more precarious. I thought that I did that Shine Spark wrong, but it worked out. All right, and then last time I was on pace at all, at this point in the run, I messed up Botwoon. So I was a little nervous about that. I was trying to figure out, okay, you know, like, do I do the missile strat? And I was planning on it, but I didn't. Should have done missiles there. But he did drop us some supers. Not great, but... And then I miss Yahtzee here, which isn't the end of the world, but... Alright, and then I have also messed up full happy on pace like 3 or 4 times recently. So I was kind of in my head about that a little bit. Whoa. But it worked out. And then I've also messed up Dragon on pace recently, so I was kind of worried about that. So, we come in here, break the turrets. Did I mean to get that energy tank? Yes, you have to. You have to have at least 3 energy tanks so you can't finish the game. Alright, so do the Dragon opener. And then I was a little late here, and I almost got gooped, but I barely didn't. And I would have really preferred to have more energy. But I missed the first spike suit, and I was like, oh, do I stay? Do I go? I don't know. So I just left. And I knew that if I did a Shine Spark from the furthest back position, I wasn't going to make it. So I did a little run forward hop here, which barely got us far enough. And then, so here I was trying to decide, okay, like, how do I handle this bug farm? 3 supers is not quite enough. And then I got one from the Metroid, and I was like, okay. Still, I don't know. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to farm the bugs, and I'm also going to intentionally hit them. Even though it will put me in health bomb, I'm going to do that so that I get energy, so that I don't have to worry about Turian. Okay. Because if you don't have enough energy entering Turian, you can just straight up die. So I hit the bugs here. We get the energy drops. We continue. Now, to be clear, I would have preferred more supers. But also, the run before this one, I think I had 7 here, and we still got scammed. So, like, you want more supers, but you can't let that get in your head. You can't overthink it. You have to kind of just work with what you've got. I was worried about this. And then I messed it up. But it worked.
I can't believe that worked.
Lucky. And then I was like, okay, I would like at least 1 energy drop here, but I got missiles and missiles and missiles and missiles and nothing. Okay. So, well, I needed to make sure that I didn't get grabbed by a Metroid, and if I did, to not panic. It happens here. But, I glanced at my splits, and I was like, okay, so if I literally gold here, I could beat Drewski. That's what I thought. I was like, that's not gonna happen, but it would be really funny. I'm on pace to beat Drewski, guys. It's funny to me when people say so and so was on X pace, and they're referring to like either their best possible time, or they're referring to like they were on the same pace as this other runner at this time, because that's not really how pace works. Pace really is only ever in regards to your average run, if that makes sense. Anyway. So I knew, like, realistically, I was on probably low 5x pace here. Because I can pretty easily save time here, but we got one super from that Metroid. And then we got one super from those 3 Metroids. I'm like panicking. And then that kind of messed me up, but I saw we had supers, and I was like, okay, but I'm still gonna missile this guy. And then I messed that up, and then that's going okay, but then that happens, and I'm like, okay, dude. Like, whatever. Then we get no supers from that Metroid, and I'm like, do I super here? Do I missile here? I don't freaking know. So I decide to missile. And I get no supers. Wow! This game is so stupid, man. But hey, 2010 life for life, dude. I'm just saying. So I decided right here, I was like, if I get a good setup, I need to 3-jump because the rest of these rooms sucked. And I got a good swing, and then I got another good swing, so I went for it, and we were good, thankfully. So we got the 3-jump. I didn't miss the moonfall. I didn't mess up Zeb Skip. Yeah, I was really worried about that turret. That turret was, I was eyeballing that turret hard. I was like, don't you frickin' dare. Okay, so now I'm looking at this fight. I did not look at my best possible time here. I think I actually hit it again. I did. I hid my splits again at some point. I think it was during G4. So I couldn't see. I couldn't see my splits. But I'm counting my shots. And I'm like, I feel like if the rest of the run is clean, should be a pretty easy 5x. That's what I was thinking. I decided to bait some French fries here. And then I was like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be aggressive like this. I was like, I don't know. What should I do? I don't know. I was really hoping to get good cutscene. There's a lot of lag on that shot. And then I jumped pretty late there, and I was kind of worried, and I was like, okay, I gotta jump earlier here. And then I jumped even later there. It was a really, really bad pattern. So that catch-up came out on shot 59. Really bad pattern. So we probably lost about 3 seconds. 3 or 4 seconds. Because of that pattern. And I'm sitting here like so in my head. Because I thought before the fight a good pattern could have gotten me like a 53, 54 if I had a really good escape. And then the bad catch-up happened, which realistically would have put me at like a 57, 58. Or 50, anyway, higher 50s, right? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is it or not. So I was just like really in my head about it. I was trying hard not to worry too much. When I rub my hands together here, you might think it's like a nervous tick or something. It actually is to keep them warm for the escape. It's to keep them warm and to keep from like getting sweaty hands or you know, whatever. Oh, that was in the PB. I was like, did I get a sub? It was in the PB. Hello, MySpace. Alright, so that fight was decent. It wasn't amazing, but I don't think I missed any shots. It was a little laggy at a couple spots, but not too bad. I'm like, okay. I just gotta have a clean escape here. So that was a little weird. And then I was kind of like weirded out by this Shrine Spark for some reason. Thank you, Sinbad, for the Prime sub. And I was really worried about falling here, but I didn't. And then I was worried about missing this moonfall, but I didn't. And then I was worried about these wall jumps, because they've screwed me over before, but they went okay. So I kind of calmed down, and that was a mistake. I was like, okay, we got this, we're fine. And then this happens. No. I'm like, okay, I need to just chill, we're fine. And then that happens.
Oh no, dude. 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 Oh no, damn! I did it!
What the?
Dude, this game's so stupid, man. I lost so much time.
Yes!
Oh, good grief, dude. Oh, dude.